Hey, welcome back to Room 237, coming at you with another review. Now, I know in my last video I said next would be Dracula, but I come across this film, one that I've been looking for a long time. It's kind of hard to find by itself, but that is House on the Edge of the Park. Now, it, it was released by Code Red, and they do a lot of like double features. Like they're trying to pretty much do Grindhouse, like Tarantino and Rodriguez did. So this also comes with Last House on Massacre Street, which has a bunch of other titles like The Bride, The House That Cried Murder. I haven't got to that one yet. Soon. And you can actually watch this in like drive-in mode where it's all gritty and grainy and just played one after another, like a Grindhouse feature. But I'm a big fan of exploitation horror as well, especially Italian ones. And House on the Edge of the Park is a movie I've been looking for a while. It's directed by Cannibal Holocaust director Rugerro Deodato. And basically, this movie is known as like the loose Italian remake of Last House on the Left. Essentially, that's what it is. It stars David Hess. You know, David Hess, star of Last House on the Left. He was the ringleader of the criminals and the lead rapist in that. He's the same character in this. I mean, not the same character, but he plays the same kind of character. It's kind of hard to review a movie like this because, I mean, as far as like plot goes, there's not much to the movie. I mean, it's an exploitation film. Like, you only go into it because you want to see the graphic violence. But I will say, I liked the story and how it played out more than Last House on the Left. Nothing against Wes Craven. You know, I'm a big Wes Craven fan, but the original Last House on the Left, I mean, there were some scenes that were really well done, but as a whole movie, I thought it was kind of all over the place. It was a good a rape revenge film. I can still give it that. This, though, it wasn't as brutal as I anticipated, but it was still pretty, you know, mean-spirited. I mean, the film opens up with a weirdly edited rape scene in a car in a park by the David Hess character, Alex. And I mean, there's a lot of points where it's like Last House on the Left. I mean, he has a friend who, you know, he's a little slow in the head. He's more like the Matthew character in I Spit on Your Grave. But this came out in 1980, so this was after I Spit on Your Grave as well. But pretty much, and his friend's name is Ricky. Alex and Ricky work at this garage. This couple pull in, and the boyfriend sort of looked like the lead guy from The Purge. Excuse me, sorry. Anyway. And so he's like, hey, you want to come to this party? So then, you know, they go to this house party. There's already some people there. And, you know, pretty much it's just bits of different things to get the plot going. It is very slow paced. You know, much like Last House on the Left. It's very slow paced. You have that one rape scene in the beginning. There's like another weird scene where he comes on to, I guess, like the lead female. She has short hair, kind of looks like Deb from Dexter. But she like lets him have sex with her. He beats the hell out of two other guys. The one blonde guy that he went there with, and this other guy. And also like I Spit on Your Grave, there's, you know, he tells Ricky to pick a girl, and he does, but he doesn't like that she's afraid. Later on, she consensually has sex with him, like I Spit on Your Grave. So it is a little bit more kind of like I Spit on Your Grave than Last House on the Left. I don't know, it's kind of an even mix of both. But I mean, as far as the graphic violence goes, I mean, it's really all done with a straight edge razor. I mean, it does get pretty mean spirited when this girl named Cindy comes over. I mean, she's a virgin. He's just like slight. If you haven't seen it yet, I mean, if you're into this type of film, really straightforward exploitation horror, then by all means check it out. But the review could get a little graphic, so I mean, this girl Cindy comes over unexpectedly, I think, and he strips her down. He just starts cutting all down her with this razor blade while he's laughing. His friend Ricky tries to get him to stop, but he attacks him, and you have the acting is terrible. I mean, the way Italian films are made, they shoot the video first and then they dub over the audio after. But I mean, like, David Hess's voice syncs up perfectly, but the rest of them don't. It's called dubbing, which I can get used to, but the voice acting is pretty terrible. But, it's a 1980 Italian film. I can kind of forgive it on an exploitation budget. But you do get this good scene with David Hess, and David Hess is a pure psychopath. He's delusional. By that I mean, like, after he cuts Ricky for trying to intervene, he didn't realize it. He's like starts crying, and he's just like, they're all bastards. They're all trying to turn us against each other. Just even though everyone's pretty much just sat there. There's this other guy, Howard. He's a weird looking dude. Tries to fight David Hess. He fights him outside, and this Howard guy gets pushed in the pool. David Hess pisses on him while laughing. And then by the end of it, the lead rich kid, because they're all rich kids, and the blonde one gets a gun and is like, that girl you raped last year, meaning the one from the beginning of the film, she was my sister. And this whole thing was set up. We knew it was you. We brought you over here. We all took the beatings. We all let you do what you wanted. Because then I could act in self-defense to kill you. Because you raped and killed my sister. Which is kind of like they all really went with this. But then I will say, David Hess gets shot a bunch of times. Once he finally gets shot in the dick, there's like this slow motion scream he lets out. Well done, I thought. I mean, with these Italian films, it doesn't offer as much as, say, like a Dario Argento film. Or even Cannibal Holocaust, which is from the same director. Or like a Fulci film. But it does have good use of music, even though it's the same song over and over again. With like a child choir. It's a very vibrantly colored interior house. Everyone has very vibrant clothing. So, the audio and the colors are strong in this. I mean, it's definitely one of those movies you would only watch for the content. You don't watch it because it's a good movie. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was kind of slow. It wasn't as graphic or brutal as I thought. But House on the Edge of the Park, I guess it was well worth the wait. I'm glad to have it in my collection. It's just movies like this, it's kind of hard to get into because, review-wise, because the hell is there to talk about? Why go into the story? There really isn't one. It's just, there's a lot of fucking nudity, a lot of sexual stuff. It's not as rapey as like Last House on the Left. Like I said, you have that one rape scene in the beginning, which is weirdly cut. It keeps going to black every like few seconds. But anyway, I would say if you like like old Italian horror or like exploitation horror, by all means check it out. Other than that, your casual movie going audience is probably gonna find this very disturbing and hard to sit through. I watched it piece of cake. I mean, I watch a lot of movies like this. Maybe it's one of the better ones. I already liked it better than, say, the original Last House on the Left or the original I Spit on Your Grave. But, not bad. I can say it was worth it. So I still have to do Dracula. Soon I'll be doing, Last House on Massacre Street. Whatever the hell that is. That's actually one I haven't heard of. No features on this. And just to even more feel like Last House on the Left, the menu keeps playing that whole "it's only a movie, it's only a movie," which was used in the marketing for Last House on the fucking Left. Anyway, House on the Edge of the Park, good to add to your horror collection if this is the kind of horror you're into. It's not spectacular. I mean, there's better Italian horror films out there, but I still enjoyed it. I know it's sort of an all over the place, kind of weird review, but I mean, other than people getting beat up or cut with a razor blade or shot in the dick or a rape scene, it's not really as brutal as some people might make it out to be. That's just my opinion. But from Room 237, that's all I got. Thank you.